Hey guys, in this month's top 5, since Halloween is just around the corner, I'm going to be talking about my 5 favorite zombie books. Last October I did my 5 favorite vampire related books, so at the end of this video there'll be a link to that if you would like to watch it. So let's get going with this top 5. At number 5 is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Seth Graham Smith. And this is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, but it includes zombies. I found this to be kind of, light and adorable, and the zombie stuff is just so interesting and actually really works in the context of Pride and Prejudice. I like that Elizabeth and Darcy are just these kick-ass zombie killers. And you could just see right there on the front what kind of book this is. I love the gore. This book may not be for everyone. If you really love Pride and Prejudice and you think it's blasphemous to throw in gore and zombies, then don't pick this up. Plus, the language in this can get a little bit silly and ignorant. There's a lot of sexual innuendo going on. At number 4 is Paula's Undead by Alan Goldshear. And this is about the Beatles, like the popular band, and it's them as zombies. How cool is that? I'm not even a Beatles fan. I've listened to the music and it's okay, I guess. I'm not like a die-hard fan like my mom, for instance. But yeah, all of the Beatles are zombies in this, but Ringo is a kick-ass ninja, which was like freaking badass. I think Ringo was my favorite in this. But yeah, as you can see on the cover, this is one of those iconic images of the Beatles, but it's been turned around to look like they're zombies, which that's what caught my attention. I adore this cover. It's so cute and funny. This book is just really witty, and it goes through the entire kind of start and I want to say the end of the Beatles, and just everything is shifted around to suggest what if the Beatles had been zombies. And I'm not a Beatle know-it-all. I don't know everything. I don't know the history. And I still found this really enjoyable and easy to get into. I never felt lost or confused. At number 3 is the Resident Evil series by S.D. Perry. Here is a little known fact that you guys may not know about me. I don't really play video games. My sister is the one who plays the video games. I just like to watch my sister play the games. But the one series that I really love watching is the Resident Evil series. If you don't know anything about Resident Evil, it's a pretty long video game series that's just been continuous for like over a decade now. And the series starts off in this fictional city called Raccoon City. And these people from this department called STARS go out to this abandoned mansion and they discover all sorts of horrors. Mutated dogs, zombies, of course. Just all sorts of engineered creatures. So I really like those video games, and so obviously I decided to get the book adaptations of the series. These book adaptations are actually really well written, and a plus, this is actually a female writer, which I found really cool. You don't really see a lot of women writing zombie-related books, and also the fact that this is Resident Evil and it's a video game and they got a woman to write this, that's a thumbs up. I believe there are 7 books in this series. This first book that I'm holding is actually labeled as number 0, but then they do progress. There's a book for games 1, 2, 3, and Code Veronica, and then also some original novels. There's 2 original novels, kind of almost like fan fiction if you want to think of it that way. And the 2 original novels that S.D. Perry wrote are actually my favorites in the series, but I really like these adaptations of the video games because I think S.D. Perry does a good job of kind of fleshing out the characters. You don't get a lot of character development in the games. You're never in their heads, so I liked that S.D. Perry went into these characters' heads and did some kind of original things with the story. So yeah, if you're a huge fan of the video games, I highly suggest checking these out. I think you'll really enjoy them. And there's tons of zombie gore in this, so pretty cool. At number 2 is the Walking Dead series by Robert Kirkman, and this is compendium number 1. Good God. I think everyone knows what the Walking Dead series is about. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where the world is overrun by zombies. And this is also a graphic novel. I really love these graphic novels. They're just so intense, so dark, just so much blood and gore. But outside of that, this series is more than just a zombie-filled world. It's also a commentary on human nature and what it means to be alive, what it means to die. And the fact that even though this world is populated by zombies, it's not really the zombies that are the monsters, it is humanity that are the monsters. So I just really love that theme, and the Walking Dead series just goes beyond what a traditional zombie book is. And you're saying number 2, Stacie, I thought this would probably be number 1 on your list, so let's see what number 1 is. So, at number 1 is World War Z by Max Brooks. This book is a oral history of the zombie apocalypse that occurred years ago in this fictional version of our world. And this journalist is going around the entire globe collecting narratives from people who survived this apocalypse. And just like the Walking Dead series, this book is just a fantastic commentary on world issues, things like government and politics, healthcare, medicine, education. I mean, any sort of issue you can think of, this book pretty much goes into. And what surprised me about this book is the fact that there's not really too much focus on the zombies. That might be strange considering that this book is number 1 on my list right now and there's barely any zombies in it. But that's kind of the unique thing about this book. Like I said, it's kind of like The Walking Dead, that this book is more focused on human nature and what people will do when they're faced with disaster, and the people who help others and then the people who just look after themselves. I just really liked the unique format of this book. You don't have a single main character. Like I said, it's about this random narrator who goes around collecting other people's narratives. So maybe the journalist will go to Brazil, or he'll go to China, or he'll go to the UK, or he'll go to the US. So you never have just one character that you're focused on, which is very interesting and very well done, because you do connect with many of these characters even though they may only have one chapter. So yeah, number 1 on my list, a unique take on zombie lore. So that's it for this month's top 5. In the comments below, I want you guys to tell me what your favorite zombie book is. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you liked this month's top 5, you may like these other top 5s. Bye guys.